Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and some more 9th anniversary content. We just tried out EZA Blue Boys against Fusion Red Zone Zamasu, so now it's time to do the same, a little bit late though, with EZA, BROLY, CHEELAI and LEMO. And I'm seeing, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Because if you are, we're seeing the same thing, which is we can get a ton of ink key spheres, which means we get 7 key spheres, which means that AoE in slot 1 means absolutely nothing, because it means we get guaranteed dodge. It means we're getting guaranteed dodge no matter where we put them. So do you know what we're going to do? We're going to leave them in slot 1. We got them 9 key spheres. Everyone's got some extra defense as well. I'm pretty sure int key spheres give them, or all the allies. And we've also got guaranteed dodge. So that AoE, and if a super attack comes in slot 1, doesn't mean shit, because we're going to guarantee dodge them. And everyone else can tank the AoE just fine. Or you could do what Bootank just did and dodge as well. And because they are Fizz unit, we do have type advantage, which means they're actually going to do some solid amount of damage. Which is also very, very handy. This is a very good, first turn. Not only do we have them on rotation with one of the LR Brolys, but they have type advantage, and we've already got them 7 key. We could have done more damage if we got 7 Fizz key spheres, sure, but supporting everyone else with extra defense when they can't guaranteed dodge the AoE, probably a little bit more useful. So this, for a first turn appearance, probably couldn't have gone much better. Probably depends what you're looking for. Again, we could have got 7 Fizz key spheres, which means we could have guaranteed ourselves some dodge and done some extra damage with them. But considering we have dual Broly leads, we can just let them guys do the extra damage. I mean, Bootank is going to do good damage here as well. As I said, for a first turn, for a first appearance, I don't think you get too much better than that. But Zamasu hasn't super attacked us yet, so I'm a little bit concerned. I think without an item, I think Bootank should be fine. He can dodge, but is he guarding though? I mean, again, he could completely dodge it, but I would prefer if he is actually guarding just to be safe. Or he can carry on. Okay, no, he is guarding. He is guarding. Or he could dodge it. Maybe. Are you going to do it? Are you going to do it? Are you going to do it? No, it's fine. I think we're good. Yeah, 212. That's fine. We have a lot of the... Really? You dodge the attack straight after, but not the super attack. And then you dodge the one even... Yeah. Never mind. Dokkan. There's our healing involved. Do you know what? I'm going to not use an item again, because if we die in slot 1... it's not an issue, because then then Fat Boo gets his revival, which we want. So that AoE, if it does a bit of damage to Kid Boo and Broly, which the friend one, it might not even really do anything to, because I'm pretty sure it's Rainbow, then it's actually going to help us out a bit. Because then, as I said, we get the guaranteed revival, Fat Boo's chilling with guaranteed guard no matter what, no matter where our HP is, and he gets his guaranteed additional. Or you can triple super. You know, if this was a serious run, we would have actually started in, so well. Like, really, really well. Like, really well. Okay, that's fine. I mean, we're down to, 180k in terms of HP. So, things are getting a little bit techie. But again, the friend Broly currently has Kid Boo's support. And in slot 3, which means he actually has a possibility of an extra additional super. It's not going to matter. Broly's going to do too much damage. He's going to do too much damage. But considering how hard Zamasu hits, in fact, how hard Zamasu hits, Kid Boo hits, any of the latter stages of Supreme Magnificent Battle when we eventually get them, if you can get EZA, BROLY, CHEELAI and LEMO the 7 key spheres, as long as there's no disabled dodge, of course. As long as you can get them the 7 key spheres, they have guaranteed dodge. That basically makes them invulnerable every time you get them 7 key spheres, because they will guarantee dodge no matter what. Oh, we can get it! We can get it again. We haven't even got Broly's domain ready yet, because we're only on turn 3. Yeah. I mean... I'm going to use a Whis. The reason why I'm going to use a Whis is because we're at pretty much half health. I know BROLY and CHEELAI and LEMO are guaranteed dodging, so that's kind of a waste for them. But it's mainly for Exchange Boo, because he doesn't have his full damage reduction. But no matter what, they're going to dodge this because we have the guaranteed dodge with their orb changing. And we're doing 14 milli because we got, what, 12 Fizz Keys Fizz? So again, still keeping that good damage up, which is, again, dependent on what orbs you're getting, but still. We did get their orb changing because where our HP was at, which I know is conditional, but it's going to happen when you face the harder enemies in the game. But as I said, the Whis was for exchange boo. The Whis was for exchange boo, and then super attack comes straight away and we have guaranteed dodge. Like, sure, it literally doesn't matter what you do because you're not going to touch them. They're so good. Like, is this probably one of the most versatile units in the entire game? Like, they're their own orb changer. Granted, it's conditional, but I feel like if it wasn't, they'd be broken, especially with the amount of support they can give. Again, the versatility from their support itself. I feel like if it didn't have a condition, I feel like they'd generally be probably the most broken EZA in the entire game. But, again, overlooking the conditions, they're their own orb changer. They can nuke from being their own orb changer if you're pretty much almost dead. What is it, like 39% HP, something like that? And then on top of that, they do good damage, especially if you can get them Fizz Keys Fizz, where they get an extra attack and defense. As you saw there, what, 14 mil? Especially because they have 100% attack and defense on 18 key super. There's an additional in there as well. That gives them even more defense on top of all the extra attack and defense they're getting from Key Spheres in general, but then also from Fizz Key Spheres on top of that, an extra 10%. They support units with extra attack, extra defense, yes, depending on the Key Spheres you get, but that's so much versatility to have good damage, solid-ish defense, 50% chance to dodge, their own orb changer, guaranteed dodge if you get 7 Key Spheres. They nuke, and that pretty much gives you almost a full heal anyway, because you have, what, a full field of 23, 24 Key Spheres completely healing you. It's the same type of orbs. They help out one of the most monstrous units in the entire game with LR BROLY, with, again, not only support, but linking wise, and helps out super bosses a ton. Has there generally been a unit in the game, EZA or new release, it doesn't matter, with this much versatility under their belt? I mean, I generally have used this phrase before, I know I have, and I can't remember what unit I used it for, but it's just, it reminds me of Batman's utility belt. It reminds me of Batman's utility belt, and whoever I said that about before, it was probably true then, but I don't think you get as good and as much versatility as you do from EZA, LR BROLY, CHEELAI, and Lemo. They are the definition of Batman's utility belt. How you've got Batarang smoke pellets, what was it, the grappler. I remember playing the Arkham games, right? And all those extra things. How you're carrying that in one belt, right? And pulling them out from, I don't even want to know where you're pulling them out from, okay? But how you're pulling them out from everywhere. This is BROLY, CHEELAI, and Lemo. They just offer too much. They offer so much. Now, if these were tech, we would get guaranteed dodge again. But they also benefit from BROLY's domain. I think the only downside is if you're running them with BROLY and you run them in slot 1, or the slot 3 unit doesn't have big bad bosses, they don't get big bad bosses. Which I'm still amazed that this BROLY doesn't have it, by the way, but these guys do. It really doesn't make sense. But they also benefit from BROLY's domain. We actually got them 7 Key Spheres as well, which means we're not going to be able to see how much they're going to tank with a normal. Because we've got them guaranteed dodge again. I mean, we've probably been quite fortunate when it comes to orb placement outside of their orb changing. But they also just work so well with BROLY. Like, this is literally like, I don't want to say Batman and Robin, because that's really disrespectful, because LR BROLY is way better than Robin. It's like having 2 Batmans. Except one's belt, which is BROLY, CHEELAI, and Lemo, one's belt is a bit more packed out than the other one's. That one's a bit more beefier. They're so... I don't think they've been hit this entire run. I think every single turn they've appeared on, we've got them 7 Key Spheres, which is actually quite lucky. But again, let's not forget, even though they have been dodging everything, and again, they do have a 50% chance to dodge, not that we've had to rely on that at all. They are probably one of the best supports in the game. They're still putting out good numbers, especially if you get same type Key Spheres as well, because of the extra attack and defense they get with it, on top of how much they get per orb anyway. Like even that's tech keys fizz, still doing 11. They're still getting 100% attack and defense on 18 key. If you do get an additional, you still get an extra 50% attack and defense. If you have dupes or skill orbs and they do another additional, that's another 50% attack and defense. So depending on how many orbs you get, along with all the additionals they can do, like this, perfect turn showing it, they can actually get a ton of extra defense. And then again, that's combined with a 50% chance to dodge, or if you do get them the 7 keys fizz, even better, which makes them, as I said, pretty much invulnerable for a turn. Guaranteed dodge. I think this is probably one of the easiest runs I've ever had in Zamasu. Obviously, the Boo units contribute to that because they're also very, very good. But these three literally didn't get touched whatsoever. Now, when we take him again against Kid Boo, it's probably going to be a different story. We might not get so lucky with orb placement. Cool. But it still doesn't change the fact their EZA is so good and pretty much key to running with LR Broly. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a great rest of your day, and post.